She's so beautiful. Saber, did you have fun today? I'm suddenly scared Saber is going to disappear. So I ask a question and it's probably better not to voice.
はい。何か言いましたか、シロ。
Never mind, let's go back. I did. I asked if you have fun today. I hold my breath. Saber looks a little confused.
新鮮でないと言えば嘘になります。
Saber says it fondly, like she knows she'll never have another day like this. Which is exactly why I already knew her answer. The only thing left for me to do is nod in agreement, and then walk her home. At the least, things can still go back to normal if I leave it at that. I see. I look at Saber and nod. Then let's come again. We'll have other chances to do something like this. It's maybe a dangerous thing to say. Saber's expression hardens. I think she realizes what I'm trying to say. She looks directly at me and silently shakes her head. There will not be a second time. This happened today, and that's where it will stay. I'm a poet and I don't know it. Why not? I know exactly what Saber's going to say. I know I won't be satisfied with her answer, but I ask anyway.
なぜも何もない。サーバントは戦うために存在するものです。今日のような行為は自らの存在を否定することになる。シローが休憩すべきだと判断したから従いましたが、もうこの先は体を休める必要はないでしょう。残る敵は少ない。シローが命じるなら今すぐにでもランサーを探し出したいほどですが。
She focuses on me, eyes blazing with her fighting spirit. Saber is saying that she can head into battle any time if she's ordered to. And that really sets off my anger. What the hell? Are you really that eager for a fight?
当然でしょう。戦えば戦うほど聖杯に近づくのです。私にとって戦闘は何よりも優先すべきことです。それは素人って分かっているはずですが。
Yeah, I know, and it doesn't make any sense. I've been waiting to tell you. You're contradicting yourself. You keep saying fighting is important, but you never once thought. But you never once thought you wanted to fight. You've got no other choice, so you're just fighting because you're forced to.
そんなことはありません。私は戦闘をためらわない。勝利するためならば手段は選ばないと言ったでしょう。
Yeah, she did say that. That doesn't mean she likes fighting. As long as you can manage, right? Listen, Saber. If all you need to do is defeat the other masters and get the Holy Grail, you would have done that already by attacking innocents like Ryder, but you won't do that. It's not that you don't want to involve innocent people. You know very well that people die in battle. That's right. That's why you wanted to minimize the fighting. Once you start fighting, people die, which is why you wanted to end it as quickly as possible. In other words, you're just scared of there being casualties in these battles. Saber's eyes grow wide, like she's seen a ghost, but quickly narrow. She grits her teeth.
違います。私は戦いを怖がってなどいません。
Yeah, you're right. You probably haven't been afraid from the start. But that's only because you've squashed all your own feelings, like fear beneath your duty and dignity as king. And yet you don't want to fight. You were just good at it, but it's not a talent you actually wanted. Look, I'm going to be blunt. You're not fit to fight. You've never wanted to take up the sword in the first place. You're just saying it's what you want as a way to talk yourself into actually doing it. On top of that, why didn't anyone around her, even herself, figure it out and just say something?
シロ、いくらあなたでもそれ以上の侮辱は許しません。
You can't stand it because it's the truth. If you admitted it, you'd never be able to fight again. I hear a grinding sound. Saber is glaring at me, trying to hold back her anger. I can't back down now. I know I'm right. I can't back down. After all, I know her better than she knows herself. I've only known her for 10 days, after all. That's plenty of time to know what the mind of a woman thinks. So you should stop. If you wanted to stop, you know you're not fit to hold a sword, to fight, and so just quit. Stop being a servant and do something that suits you better. It's not too late for her to try and find whatever real human happiness she's always wanted. And for that I would...
バカなことを。私に戦う以外の選択肢などありません。この私は聖杯を手に入れるためだけのものです。王の誓いを守るためにこの身を差し出した。それ以外の自分の使い道など私には許されない。
She's just an object seeking to obtain the Holy Grail. That's what ticked me off the most. Why does she talk like she's trying to convince herself? Everyone around her took her at her word because she kept insisting on stuff like this. You idiot, that's not true. There are plenty of other ways to live your life. You're here in this age now. It's not like back when you were alive. You should try to live your life for yourself. Don't make this mistake of using the Holy Grail. What I say next is what I hope for the most. Forget about the Holy Grail. Don't use it for anyone else. If you're here, you need to live here happily. My ears pick up the sound of the wind. Saber doesn't answer. She doesn't nod. She only looks straight in my eyes.
言葉にはうなずけない。私はあなたに従うと契約した。だが、心まで預けたわけではありません、マスター。
Saber speaks slowly and clearly.
王の誓いは破れない。私には王として果たさなければならない責務がある。アーサー王の目的は聖杯の入手です。それが叶おうとも、私はアルトリアに戻ることはないでしょう。私の望みは初めから一つだけ。剣を手にした時から、この誓いは永遠に変わらないのですから。
What are you talking about? That's not what you really need to do. You will never be rewarded for what you did, and that's wrong. You don't need the Holy Grail. Besides, Saber's wish won't come true. What's already happened can't be changed. Saber, you can't redo something that's already happened, or at least you shouldn't. I know you've already figured that out.
いいえ、決してそんなことは。
Then I'm going to tell you. No matter how bad it ended up, you can't change what's happened. Asking for a do-over just because you didn't get the results you wanted is the way a spoiled kid acts. We're at an impasse. Saber doesn't say anything more, and I don't have any more to say. The sound of the wind stops, or rather, it pauses for a moment. An instant later, it picks back up. Just as I feel the wind on my cheek,
シローなら分かってくれると思っていた。
it becomes a headwind.
今日一日無意に過ごし、言いたかったことはそれだけですか？
Her voice is cold. I hear only rejection in it.
思い上がらないでほしい。あなた程度の人間に私の何がわかるというのです。あなたに私に踏み入る権利などない。戦うなですか？私に守られなければならない未熟なマスターが何を。そのような世まい事を吐くのは一人で戦えるようになってからにしてください。
I'm quickly checking something. I may have screwed up. I may have screwed up and not gotten enough saber points. No, this isn't just drivel.
自分のことを考えろですって。それは素人で同じではありませんか。あなたは自分の命が感情に入っていない。あなたは私が間違っていると言いますが、あなたの方こそ何かを間違えている。自身より他人を優先するなど死者の考えだ。自身の命の重みを知らない大バカ者がよくもそんなことを言えたものです。
Saber, why you...
に触りましたか。ならいっそのこと契約を解除しても構いません。どうせあなたは聖杯を必要としていない。あとは私一人でマスターを破り聖杯を手に入れるだけですから。そんなに戦うのが嫌ならばあなたは遠くで隠れていればいいでしょう。
Saber, are you serious? My voice trembles. My teeth are rattling. I'm angrier than I realize.
当然です。私の目的は聖杯だけ。それ以外のことなど余計だ。シロ、それはあなたも例外ではありません。
I struggle to breathe. I try to fight the blackness encroaching on my vision and try to get my heart beating again. You idiot! Fine, if you're that eager to fight, go do it yourself. I don't care anymore. I can't keep my emotions under control. I yell out some sort of lame excuse, then turn and run. I run away from her. And for that instant, I think I see Saber just standing there, dumbfounded. Damn it! I just run. I don't know why I'm mad, only that I am. So I run in a fit of rage. I grip my teeth. Honestly, I'm getting dizzy just thinking back to what she said. I'm so unfocused, I might run into a pole or something. Well, it would be easy if I could do that. If I was only angry at Saber, I should have taken it out on her like an idiot and just been done with it. But something else has caused my fit of rage. I'm not mad at Saber. I'm so frustrated that I keep running and don't allow myself to catch my breath because I know I'm a spineless good-for-nothing. Saber just stands there gaping at me. I hear her faintly. Just as the wind changed directions. Damn it, the hell I would know that, you idiot. I immediately regret my words and nearly trip. What do those words mean? They had sounded like parting words, but also like she'd been about to cry. Now that I think back, that was probably the only honest thing she'd said. She'd hung her head as she muttered that to me. Her voice was a mixture of expectation, disappointment, and pleading. Then, who was the betrayer, and who was the betrayed? I think we might be safe. Because it wouldn't go this long before we hit a bad ending. I run into my room and slam the sliding door. I flop onto the floor, arms and legs splayed. I'm tired of standing. I just want to lie down and go right to sleep. But even when I lie down, my body's on fire. My heart feels like it's about to burst, and my lungs are desperate to take in oxygen. I run back here at full speed, not even pausing once, so I can blame my body for the discomfort. I feel like I still haven't to run enough, but my body is telling me to slow down. It takes a bit, but I manage to calm down. I take a deep breath, hold it, then release it. After my breathing calms down, there's just one thing left swirling my head. And it's a simple question. What am I really angry about? It's not really something I need to think about. I was running because I know I'm helpless. I can't help Saber. It's so frustrating. I'm angry with myself. I can't do anything. I said I was going to make her smile. I decided to protect Saber, but I couldn't do anything, and that's making me so angry. But what can I do? If Saber doesn't even want happiness, there's no point in someone else trying to get involved. That's why I tried to help Saber find happiness on her own. But she told me those efforts were futile, even called me an idiot. A fool who doesn't even know the value of his own life, huh? But what do I do with all that? I value my life, and I don't want to do anything to end it. And my life is, and my life has nothing to do with Saber. Bringing my circumstances into this wasn't fair. No matter how stupid I am, I know for sure that Saber's wrong. But when she outright rejects me like that, there's not really anything I can do. Damn, she can do whatever the hell she wants. I roll over and lay flat on my face. Now all I see is the tatami mat, so I might as well close my eyes and empty my mind. I don't care what happens to Saber. If the Holy Grail is so important, then she can just marry it. Good Lord. If she's just going to be stubborn after I told her this so many times, I should just stay out of it, or I'll end up getting burned. Actually, I might not get out of that mess with only a burn. I might actually get really hurt. The hell? I've already gotten hurt. This is worse than just getting burned. I met her, fought with her multiple times, and to survive, I saw into the depths of her heart at a moment of incredible intimacy. I remember her heat, the light deep inside her. I don't know why I'm remembering this right now. There's a faraway grassy field, memories of a girl left behind. The moment I think back to that beauty, Nothing matters anymore. What Saber says doesn't matter. You're just a thing to fight? Then don't expose your own weaknesses before crying out loud. Saber is just unfair. I don't know what exactly is unfair about her, but I know something is. Angry as I am, I can't hate her. The more I want to forget her, the harder it gets. It's all tangled up. Damn, so the person who falls in love just gets screwed over? But I can't help it. I can't give up no matter how many times she tells me it's useless. I just have to see through to the end. I remember her face there, on the verge of tears. Does that mean... Will she make that face every time I do something like this? But I can't. No matter what happens, I can't agree. I'm going to keep doing this, even if I am wrong. If she's really important to me, I'll never apologize to her. I think I hear a sound. I'm not sure when the sun set, but the room's gone dark. The ticking of the clock is getting annoying. Huh? But specifically, I'm hungry. Make me food. She sounds upset. I snap to full wakefulness. It's past 10? I jump up. Tosaka stands over me, looking annoyed. Sorry, I fell asleep. I'll be out soon, so wait in the living room. Huh? She's not here. She's not here. I guess the dojo or the living room? Tosaka is serious, and I instantly realize what that means. Don't tell me she hasn't come back yet? Tosaka runs out of the room after me. There's no time to explain. I ignore Tosaka's yelling behind me and I rush outside. The town is quiet. Just like yesterday, there's absolutely nobody around. I don't have the patience to think about about how odd that is. Saber hasn't come home yet. This might be the bad end. I actually don't blame her. We had a huge argument. She said she was going to fight alone. Knowing her, she'd do it too. Saber is nowhere to be found. I don't remember this part of the game too well. I can't find her. That might mean she's actually fighting Lancer, the final servant, as we speak. But I head straight to one more place. The air near the river is cold. The night is chilly, and when I passed the park, it was so cold the entire place felt like it was covered in frost. My cheeks and ears sting with the cold, and my breath mists white. If it's that cold in the park, I can't imagine how absolutely freezing it's going to be on the bridge, and the wind with the wind blowing up from the river. There, I see her. Okay, we might be okay. We might be okay. She's right where she'd been standing when I ran away. Saber leans on the rail and just gazes out and just gazes out over the water. Maybe she's following the sun, which is long set. She's staring off into the distance, her eyes fixed on a red horizon that's long since vanished. And that's when I realize Saber is strong, but she's weak too. Her dignified appearance is just her way of trying to prove that she can get by without anyone's help. But at the same time, she's so fragile she might slip through my fingers if I reach for her. She can't do things alone, but she will probably keep that front up until the very end. So, just like me, she's been staring up at the unreachable stars. All she does is look at the setting sun, as if it's all she knows how to do. I can't leave her alone. If our argument needs a loser, then it's unquestionably me. It's led to me swearing never to let her make that face again. I step out onto the bridge. Saber doesn't seem to hear my footsteps. I approach without a word and lean on the rail next to Saber. Saber, you're going to catch cold out here. She jumps in surprise. Saber finally notices me.
Shiro.
She turns towards me. What are you doing out here at this hour? You didn't come home. Tasaka was worried.
そうですか。それは悪いことをした。
It's fine, but why are you here? Well, no, it was at least easy to find you since you stayed in the same place.
はい。ここにいたのはまだ行き先が決まっていなかったからです。
Okay, I think I'm okay. I think we're okay.
シロは勝手にしろと言ったでしょう。ですから勝手にしようと思ったのです。けれど何をするべきか、何をしたいのか、どこに行きたいのか思い浮かばず、ずっとどこに行くべきかを考えていました。
And it's all your fault, shithead. I realized all the cussing I was doing with Foulmouth Saber was like old fuck words. She sounds like a lost child. Saber doesn't look me in the eyes as she speaks. Maybe she feels guilty. Maybe she does after the fight we had. I can't blame her for thinking I must be angry.
申し訳ありません。リンには世話になったと伝えてください。ランサーを倒し、聖杯を手に入れたのなら、シロの元に戻ります。ですから、それまで。
Is she saying that she intends to wander around alone without anywhere to go home to? That idiot. What are you talking about? You have a place to come home to. There's food and a bed for you there.
ですが、シロはもう私のことなど知らないと。
Yeah, that's because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, I have no idea what you're going to do next. I say that, and then I take her hand.
シロ。
Let's go home. You being a servant doesn't mean you won't catch a cold if you stay out here in the cold for so long. Come on, let's go home and eat something warm.
ですが私は。
And I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to apologize. If you have any complaints, tell me now. I'm crude about it, but I try to avoid her gaze. She stares at me, confused. Saber looks like she wants to apologize, but I ignore her. Maybe that works in my favor. She doesn't say anything. She just follows me in silence, holding my hand. We head across the bridge into the park. It's 11 o'clock. There's nobody in the park, but it's packed with plenty of decorations, like fountains and streetlights. I walk briskly. Saber's steps are sluggish. She stood on the bridge for more than 5 hours. She must have been freezing and tired. When I tug her on her hand, she occasionally stumbles like she's about to fall down. Saber, do you want me to walk slower? You don't seem well. I turn towards her as I speak.
いえ、体はとても元気です。ただリンの言葉に踊らされるわけではありませんが、こうして手をつないでいると本当に愛引のようだなと。
We're holding hands, how scandalous! Eh? And just like that, my face turns bright, hot red. I guess I should let your hand go. That is, if you don't like it.
いいえ、私もこうしている方がいいです。シロウの手は温かくて安心します。
And there our conversation ends. I resume heading home, just to cover my embarrassment. Saber follows in silence. I'm not even sure how much farther it is to the house. A little embarrassed by the warmth of our clasped hands, we both leave the park. A lot's happened today. But we're ending the day with warmth like this. Hell, I'll change religion and thank the priest who, indirectly as he may be, allowed this moment to happen. Of course, the second I think that... Oh shit. We run into someone we never should have. The elation I'd felt vanished and my mind goes blank. Goosebumps cover my body. Yeah, so we are safe, I think. And I realize I've forgotten how to breathe. Saber, standing behind me, probably feels the same. She grips my hand tightly in her own. The same way I feel a sense of impending death. Saber feels the inevitable despair. Ew! The man in gold. The unidentified heroic spirit who annihilated Castor's bone soldiers and even took out Castor with barely any effort. Now that monster stands in front of us. He's so close. We're at exactly the right distance to begin slashing at each other at any moment. Death looms in front of us, even more than when we face Berserker. Archer stifles a laugh. He's not even looking at me. Saber is his only focus. He admires her like she is a piece of art. Saber's demeanor changes. She must have made up her mind. She's already determined the man in front of us as an enemy, while I've hardly moved a muscle.
何としても衝撃だけは防ぎます。その隙にあなただけは離脱してください。それがどれほど困難かは分かっていますが、あのサーバント相手ではそれが精一杯なのです。
I can hear the apology in her voice for not being able to do more. Even someone as powerful as Saber can only block his first attack. My chances for getting away from this guy are slim at best. Saber is asking me to forget her for what is about to forgive her for what is about to happen. She probably knows there's no way for her to defeat the man in gold. I can't let her do that. This is different than when we fought Berserker. I know, though I don't have proof, that making Saber fight the servant can only end badly. Actually, I do have proof. I know from seeing his noble phantasm last night. Saber can't beat him right now. This is not a matter of her skills as a knight. It's not even the right way to look at this. No heroic spirit, so long as they remain a heroic spirit, can beat the man in gold. No, you're the one who's going to run, Saber. I cover Saber and face Archer.
そうか。マスターがいたのだったな。あまりのみすぼらしさゆえ、犬か何かだと思ったぞ。
He smiles cheerfully. He raises an arm and lazily snaps his fingers. I feel sick. I need to leave right now or I'm dead. There's no rhyme or reason. I just know instinctively that this guy will kill me for standing in front of him like this. Go, Saber. We're near the church. The priest there should be able to shelter you even from him. I push Saber away and start running, trying to escape the death that I can only hope is inevitable. There is no plan here. I'm just going to risk it all and run straight at this guy. Then I'm going to project Saber's sword again, just like when we fought Berserker. I'm blown back. What just happened? The moment he snapped his fingers, something appeared right in front of me. Ow! It's a giant hammer. It knocks me aside like a piece of trash, and I slam hard into the ground. Ah! I can't move. My body is completely useless, like my bones have turned to jelly. I've lost my the sensation in all my limbs. The pain is so dull, I can't even tell if I'm still alive.
殺しはせん。今ここで貴様を潰せば、セイバーも消えてしまうからな。不本意ではあるが、聖杯を呼ぶまでは生かしておいてやろう。
The man laughs. I try to push myself up, but my body won't listen.
だが思い上がるなよ、雑種。貴様なぞいなくとも、サーバントを存命させる方法はある。単に今の状態が最も手がかからぬだけだ。それ以上さえずるのなら。
And then my mind goes blank. He will kill me. If I make even a single move, he will just do what he said he would. He will do just what he said he would. I can't possibly move after that kind of warning. Saber tries to run toward me.
どこに行く？邪魔者はいなくなったのだ。お前が向かうべきはそのようなクズではなかろう。
The man in gold won't allow it. He stands in front of me and waits for Saber to reach me. Saber stops and glares at him. The two stand about 10 meters apart. I don't know about Archer, but Saber can close that distance in a heartbeat.
その様子ではまだ俺に下る気はないようだな。理解に苦しむ。お前ほどの英霊ならば、俺に選ばれることがどれほどの価値かわかろうに。
Ew.
よまいごと英霊になろうと私は王だ。貴様の軍門になど下らぬ。
そうか？ いかに王であろうとお前は女だ。主の前に頭を垂れ仕え尽くすが女の幸せであろう。だというのに何を拒む。まさか物もわからぬ小娘でもあるまいし、俺の女になるのは恐ろしいか。
Ladies and gentlemen, the personification of toxic masculinity.
貴様、
そう憤るな。俺は奪うだけではない。等しく喜びも与えよう。俺のものになるというのならば、文字通りこの世の全てを与えてやる。誇るがいい。お前にはそれだけの価値があると認めたのだ。
Again, ew! The man moves. He extends both arms and approaches Saber, as if in a welcoming embrace.
そう。守護者になどなることもなく、死にゆく運命に戻ることもない。もう一度だけ言うぞ、セイバー。このまま俺のものになれ。この世界で共に二度目の生を謳歌しようではないか。
断る。そのようなことに興味はないし、何より貴様と共に生きるなどまかり間違ってもありえません。
Saber looks straight at Archer as she speaks. She stands firm, not taking so much as a step back. His laughter suddenly stops. I'm not sure what he found so funny in the first place.
いいぞ。それでこそ俺の見込んだ女よ。はあ、この世に一つ程度は俺に従わぬ者がいなければな。
Ow!
よし。では力ずくだ。聖杯を手に入れた後、その身に中身をぶちまけてやろう。喜べよ、セイバー。そうなればマスターなど不要となる。万能の器である聖杯、その力すべてを飲み干すのだからな。サーバントなどと人間の使い魔に甘んじることもなくなるだろう。
He's so damn smug. To that,
アーチャー、貴様の目的は何だ。
she must have realized that the only option is to fight him. And before she engages with the enemy, she wants to know why he does what he does.
目的か。さあ、何だったか。あいにくこの世の財は全て手に入れた身でない。望むものなどとうにない。
聖杯を求めてはいないというのか。
聖杯？ああ、不老不死か。そんなものは蛇にくれてやった。
不老不死を蛇に譲った。
Saber freezes. What just happened? Saber suddenly shakes her head to refute those words.
だがこの世界は面白いぞ。根本は変わらぬが、装飾もここまで来れば別物だ。これならば再びこの世で君臨するのも悪くない。そうだな。俺の目的といえばそんなところか。それを効率よく進めるというのであらば、聖杯の力も悪くはないな。
支配欲か。見下げ果てたな、アーチャー。そんなことのために聖杯を欲するとは。
欲するのではない。世の財は全て我のもの。自分のものを他人に使われるのが我慢ならんだけよ。お前とてその政権を人に使われては腹立たしいだろう。騎士王よ。
Pale mist shrouds Saber. And then in a flash, she's wearing her brilliant silver armor.
ほう。
He doesn't move a muscle. In the next instant, Saber dashes forwards. In the space of a single breath, she rushes straight at the man and swings her invisible sword at him with deadly speed. Saber goes flying backwards. If Saber's armor materialized by magical energy, Archer's must be the same. In the brief space of her rapid exchange, the man in gold arms himself. Saber looks calmly at Archer as she readies her sword. Even as his eyes meet hers, his sneer remains.
よいぞ。歯向かうことを許す、セイバー。
The enemy happily announces the beginning of the battle. A white light bursts in the air between them. Saber's sword, shrouded in a bolt of lightning, cleaves directly towards the Golden Knight. One, two, three, four strikes. Each time Saber's sword strikes, blinding light flashes from the contact. Watching her repeat her repeated attacks is like staring at a strobe light. It's just like when I first saw Saber, that night when she fought Lancer. Excuse me. Saber channels her excess magical energy into her sword and strikes with such speed and precision that she all but becomes a lightning bolt. The clang of sword against armor echoes through the air. Archer hasn't even drawn his weapon yet. As Saber's sword strikes at him, he barely manages to defend his head with both hands. He simply doesn't have the skill to block Saber's attacks. Saber's skill with the sword is vastly superior to his. On top of that, his sword is invisible. Even if Archer draws his weapon, he won't be able to defend against an invisible blade. It strikes his armor relentlessly. The sword hits the armor, chipping away at it and sending sparks showering in all directions. The only thing the man can do is ward Saber's blows from his face with his hands. This isn't a fight. It's a massacre. But in spite of the fury of Saber's attacks, Archer's armor remains intact. If he's still unscathed even after such a savage assault, that golden armor must be his noble phantasm.
さすがにこれ以上はまずいか。相変わらず底なしの魔力よな。俺の鎧がきしみを上げるの。そうあり得ることではないのだが。
Archer raises his arm, but not towards Saber. I have no idea what he's trying to do, but Saber just stretches his arm up into the empty night sky.
戯れは終わりだ。その身、ここで俺に捧げるがいい。
Am I hallucinating? Is this an illusion? He has something in his hand. It's a short sword, shaped like a key. He's a Keyblade Master! No, that was Saber. Saber plans both be unleashing a much more powerful attack against Archer, but Archer bats it aside with his dark red sword. Saber puts some distance between herself and Archer, glaring at his sword. The enemy wielding such a weapon is a threat, no question. But it also means he's showing his hand. Whether this noble phantasm is armor or his sword We'll be able to figure out how to deal with it as long as we can see it.